Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me for my Dead Space 4 predictions. Dead Space has been dormant for over 3 years now, and the way the franchise looks doesn't look like we're going to be getting any HD remastered trilogy games for the foreseeable future. However, there is still hope for Dead Space. It was recently released as an Xbox Live Games with Gold for April 1st to the 15th. So if you're listening to this by now, it is entirely too late to download it for free. However, this brings a glimmer of hope to my eye. Most games recently that have been made backwards compatible have been made before a game in the franchise or a game by the developer has been released. Now, as many of us hope, Dead Space 4 is being built, if not by Visceral Games, but by another studio owned by EA. And I have a few predictions or a few gameplay ideas for Dead Space 4 should it ever come to light. Starting with the campaign, or the single player, I would like to see the game take place on Earth completely. Since that is where Dead Space 3 left off, was them getting back to Earth, it seemed only fitting for that to be the next setting of the game. If the campaign mode must have co-op, I would love to see them introduce it in the way that they did with Dead Space 3, where it can be implemented but it's not required. And I would love to see Isaac and Ellie team up together and go through the story as a cohesive couple or the main protagonists in the game. We've always seen them in the game together, but only during cutscenes. They've never been together for any other moments than that. And because this is EA, I would love to see no microtransactions in the game. Don't sell armor, don't sell bonus weapons with special stats. Have all that stuff unlockable, or if you're going to sell it with an in-game currency, something that you don't actually need to take your real-world dollar and put in. Microtransactions, in terms of most gaming communities, unless it's a free-to-play game, are major turnoffs. Something that Dark Souls has been doing recently, which is leaving the little hints throughout the world and images of what other players have done to get through an area. That would be something I think that would be really cool to implement and create a type of community for this game that really isn't all that well connected. And this could connect us together in a way that I feel the franchise has been missing. Now, in terms of gameplay, they can't really change a whole lot. But what I would like to see them do is add new weapons and new enemies. And this is coming straight from the mouth of the lead developer of Dead Space, was what made the game so frightening itself was putting characters or people in scary situations and making them perform very specific tasks. And in Dead Space, that is shooting the limbs off of enemies. And once that hook kind of sets in and you get used to it, there's not really a whole lot that they can do. So I'm thinking new enemies with maybe more precision shots that take them down, and adding new weapons. I would love to see some type of plasma sword or plasma chainsaw that maybe you have to use in combination with other weapons to kill the necromorphs that are attacking you. Maybe you have to saw through an outer layer of a shell or saw off a specific limb to expose the enemy's weak point. Making us do more and adding little touches like this will add, I feel, freshness to the combat, and if done properly, can also add an element of terror that hasn't been seen in the franchise ever. Now, this may not be a popular idea, but I would love to see Dead Space on Earth in an open world, open game setting. I feel that this could add so much to the game, and in a way, the previous Dead Space games almost were open world because you would travel through whatever planet or ship that you were on, but you were always backtracking through the same areas. With the next gen hardware, they could really push the environments and really push the scope and size of the game world to something to the size of The Witcher or Batman Arkham City. That type of world or size of a world for Dead Space would be amazing. However, I say this in every Dead Space video, we have to tell EA and Visceral that we want Dead Space to return. Tweet at them, email them, leave comments on their YouTube page, on the Dead Space 3 website, on the Dead Space 3 Twitter. We need to make it known that there is a demand for this game. If there is enough demand, EA will not ignore the fact that this game will sell. So I put the call out to all of you hardcore Dead Space fans like myself that want to see the franchise return. Let them know in as many ways as possible. This has been Joe for the SodaCast. Goodbye and good gaming.